Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. A very good evening. Welcome to the Sin Bin-cang version of Cobra TV right here on a Tuesday night. It's 9 p.m. You're with me, Rashid Saleh, or Rat, along with my co-host Dylan, who's also the vice president of Cobra Rugby Club, for a special edition of Sin Bin-cang. As we mentioned in the past, that we are going to have Sin Bin-cang bi-monthly, so twice a month rather, and of course. It's always going to be a special night with some special guests, as we've mentioned and promoted on our Facebook as well as our YouTube platform. So you are able to watch it both on Facebook as well as YouTube. Now, quick housekeeping. Of course, for those of you who are interested, we do have trainings on Tuesdays and Fridays at from 5:30 p.m. onwards. This Friday, however, is Hari Raya Korban or Hari Raya Haji, so there'll be no Friday sessions on Cobra TV as well as no trainings on Friday. What about for Sunday for Cobrats, Dylan?
For Sunday Cobrats, that you have to check, because some of the coaches are they're very active. Every Sunday is training. You have to force them off the field. So yeah, mostly a group will be training, but you just check in with the club and then we'll get back to you.
Okay, great. So anyway, for those of you who'd like to know more information about the club, do send us a message on our Facebook platform, or you can always email us at Cobra RC website at gmail.com. Now, our guests for this evening, we've already got like the count rate is increasing on the guests, on the viewership right now. You love him or hate him. He's been around for the longest time, and he's been pretty much part of the furniture in terms of the rugby community, and as well has very, very much a storied history with Cobra Rugby Club. Even the time when I was there, he was already part and parcel of Cobra Rugby Club. But some of you may not have played with him. A lot of you have seen him blow the whistle on various pitches, and he has coached as well in the past.
And you'd argue whether the call was right or wrong.
Well, there's been plenty of arguments with him over the years, including myself, and of course, let's not delay the inevitable, and invite him onto the show. Welcome, Ali bin Tahar, or others fondly known as JJ. Love him or hate him, JJ is here to stay, and we're very happy to have him on the show on Sin Bin-cang on Cobra TV. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us, JJ.
Good evening, everybody.
Now, of course, we've already got. Hey, there we go. Caillou. See, we already started. So sorry for Duncan Wong all the way from Melbourne saying hello, JJ. So he's there. So we've got everyone saying hello at the moment. Hi, Duncan. Hope you're well there in Melbourne, even though it's really late there. I'm sure you probably can't sleep because you've been looking forward to seeing JJ on the screen, because we haven't seen him on the screen ever. So this is the first time that and look, we even got him on the show, because people say the older people are not technologically friendly. Well, we had Nazar. If we can get Nazar on the show, we definitely can get JJ on the show. Not saying anything, just just stating the obvious. Right. Now, I think the first thing we'd like... Pardon?
Ini Stramham cari kesempatan.
No, okay. So I think for us, I think the most important thing is to get a sense of who JJ is, and we want... of course, we'll talk about, and that will be the bulk of the conversation that we're going to have. Is basically your career as your controversial career, some people would say, as a referee. But let's go back to the beginning. I mean, I've took the liberty of hey, look at that! Even Yuli is saying hey, Chair Yuli, one of our old players. He's saying JJ, big boy he was in the rugby scene, part of Cobra. Let's go to the beginning. I obviously took the liberty of taking some photos from your Facebook page. So these are your parents. At what age were they at when this picture was taken, JJ?
They were newly married. I don't know the year.
Oh, you don't know the year, but they were newly married then.
Newly married.
Okay, so some people say that you pretty much look like your mom, but most people say you look like your dad. But there's a bit of both there. And of course, after your
I think
mother.
after my father.
Oh, your father.
My twin brother take after my mother.
Okay. When talking about your twin brother, of course, this is the picture of the twins. Now, how many of you were in the family? Just the twin boys?
There were 8 boys and 1 girl.
Wow. And how many of them played rugby?
Only my brother, who is a teacher. The second one, he played rugby for a while.
Right.
Never passed school level.
I see.
For house.
Okay. And what number were you in the family?
5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
Same 5.5 also. So I'm also in the middle. Okay. This is picture of your because your father was in the army. Can you explain
British
this picture?
Army.
The British Army.
British Army.
Which one was he?
Man, I haven't
the
got
one
my
in the
glasses
corner.
on.
He's in
Yeah, I
the
think
corner,
so.
right? Yeah. So
Down,
if you're looking
up
at that photo, it's on the top, the left corner. There's a bit of a gap between him and everyone else.
Is that him or the one sitting
Yeah.
down? Right.
No, standing up, right?
Yeah.
In the back.
I'm not wearing my glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the whole problem.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So how did you get into the British Army? What was the story behind that?
He went to Singapore. He went to Singapore and he enrolled in the British Army.
He enrolled in British Army. And how long was he commissioned for?
I think maybe 7 years. He went to England twice under the Royal Engineers.
Mm-hmm.
He even got a diploma in bulldozer.
Wow. And especially in those days, it's like, it's so hard to be able to driving machinery as well. Quick hello from Azli Kasim Botak. Say hi guys, hello Sifu Ali Tahar JJ. Thank you atas tunjuk ajar. Also Durak Dulit Otai JJ dia kata. So all right. So
Azli is the wing forward who likes to be bare. He says a lot of things that he learned is from me.
And then Durak says Gudang Garam versus Coca-Cola. Interesting. All these things coming out. So how did you start? Where was the passion for rugby? When did it begin? And why?
In 1981, I joined UMBC.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Su Chong, there was Teti, there was Yu Hawk,
Mm-hmm.
there was Ui Huat Beng, and the list goes on. And there's about 5 or 6 people there playing for Cobra.
Right. And then let's go back a bit further. So this picture is from in Muar, Johor.
Yep.
I suppose you can't see, so I'm not sure which one. 1974.
Yep.
Okay. This was in Muar, Johor. And then this one was you. I can see that in front. This is part of Intecma Lions.
Yes.
So was this? Okay.
So
you were the coach. Wow.
I was the coach for Shah Alam. Yeah, intercampus.
So you started with in 81 with UMBC,
Yes.
and then how did you go from there to Cobra then?
Actually, I started in 78 playing for Tex Pirate Rugby Club,
Right.
UTM, the UTM team.
Oh, okay.
This is
What
where I started
position?
my rugby. What else?
Anchor.
The number that I like, 607.
Why rugby? Why did you take up rugby?
Because it's a game whereby you have to use your brain and your brawn as well. You need brains to see where they are running, and you need brawns to hammer them.
And who encouraged you to go and play rugby then?
My form teacher, Mr. Chiu Kompeng, who was a national player in 1975.
Mm.
And then 78, Mr. Yunus Dahlan, also another national player who plays number 8.
Were they the key? Were they key to stirring your passion for the game? Who were your main
Not really.
influences when it comes to
Not really.
getting you involved in the game? Because for so
Uh,
long.
To me, when it comes to playing, you just play until you cannot really deliver. And then refereeing is because of an incident in Minda Stadium.
Mm.
I was playing for Selangor quarter final against Police, and because the referee was at the halfway line and the incident was 5 meters from the line, I just got fed up. After the game, I kicked all the referees' chair one by one. And the team manager at the time, Adnan Hussein, tried to pacify me. I said, no way. If this is their level of rapping, I'll join them. That is what I did. I joined the rapping in 1988 at the Cobra Club.
Okay, I remember when I joined in '90, you were still playing a bit, and of course, I know Norman and I, the young '90s gang at the time.
Yep.
We remember that you were our tukang urut. Now this is thing that has been going on for years. That every time you need anyone to massage, we'd go to you. But how did that come about? Because you know that your twin brother also. Not a tukang urut, but he's more like a tukang tulang.
No.
Kan?
He's I call him alignment specialist. It's just like a chiropractor.
Specialist.
Yes. He doesn't use oil, but he just put everything back into position. As simple as that.
Now, before we go into the refereeing bit and why you told us why you went into refereeing because of the incident. Your playing days, you represented Selangor, and also Malaysia at the time, and under 23s as well. What was rugby like then when you guys were playing in your time?
We had very less distraction. It was more like rugby is their thing. You get to play, that's ultimate enjoyment. I mean, the game. When you get to a game, ultimate enjoyment.
And
nowadays, nowadays there's so much of distraction. You got your handphone, you got your girlfriend, you got this, that, and everything.
And you got to play with people like Jagjit, Bununchi. What were they like then? Because we only know them as coaches and now
Jagjit, Jagjit in 1981 he was the captain of the Malaysian team and also captain of the Cobra team. So can you imagine getting a captain like that? He will look into your eyes. He will tell you, "Hey, you can crush that guy. I don't care what you do. You need to hear him. Hear him. Whenever he talks, he put everything into your mind, and you hammer them.
Were there any memorable games? A game until now that you think about?
Yeah, 1981, my first tournament which I got a medal. We were playing the Cobra 10 final against RNZIR, Royal New Zealand Infantry Regiment.
Oh, okay.
So we met them in the final. I scored a try while playing with them. We lost 12-7, but then there's a lot of satisfaction in the try.
That's a long time ago. How old were you then at the time? 81 was
21.
and Cobra 10s 21.
Cobra 10.
No, that was a long time ago. I was 9. I was 9. Oh my god. Anyway, Margaret Helen De Silva says hello JJ orang lama, and
Hello.
Amran Slaiman says hello brothers. So hope you're well also, Abang Amran. Okay, let's go into the meteor side of things now. You said because of an incident when you're playing for Selangor at Mindef, that was at the Mindef Stadium, was it?
Yes, it was.
I remember the Mindef Stadium, very memorable for myself. But and then, what was it like when you first decided to take up the refereeing course? Or was there any, the people who were running at the time? Who was the head of referee at the time? I mean, Uncle Yo was still around, but he's probably retired by then. And who encouraged you apart from you? Yeah.
The president was Puran Singh.
Okay.
He refereed the game which I lost my cool. He was already at that time 50 years old.
Right.
Can you imagine a referee at the 50-meter line and the incident at the 5-meter line? So, and you tackle the guy head on, ball drop, just because he's so far away he cannot see. And because of that, we lost the game 6-4. We were leading 4-0.
Oh, 4-0.
And
They're
they
still.
They scored the try, kick the ball, and then free.
Oh, tengok Azizi Chin pun kata hello Thai. Azizi Chin, our superstar last time. Azizi Chin. And then Amran said, JJ, boleh recall ke kari satu jug bottoms up? What's the story all about?
Guys from MOR, there was one officer, I think a lieutenant. So he said, "Hey guys, carry anyone." I said, "What's the way you like?" He said, "Yeah, on top. If you don't finish, it goes on top." I said, "Okay, let's drink." We were already drinking at the time, and so I drank like nobody business. Finish. Yeah, another half mug to go. And I say, "Where to, sir? On your head or inside your trousers?"
Curry. I mean, you're talking about
curry.
Yeah, one jug of curry. And the jugs weren't small then.
I wonder what happened. We try and introduce that now.
Oh, there, your son says hello. Hello, hi, Bapa.
Hi, Bapa.
Spoil my evening. I vomited. After that, I went to the toilet time and time again. Jeez.
But I'm sure it was impressive when you actually did it.
No, actually, because when it comes to challenge and coming from the people in uniform, I just dislike that.
Yeah.
Just because you're in uniform, and because maybe you're a commando, you think the civilians cannot cannot do what you do. So I just took up the challenge.
Mm. What was the club like then in the 80s? I mean, we had the land and we started building the clubhouse.
There was only a bar which was taken care by Uncle Busu.
Mm.
He will be the bartender,
Mm.
and that's about it. There's no food. There's nothing. Once in a while, Papa will come with Auntie Rose, and they bring food for us.
Oh, cool.
Uncle Rose, Auntie Rose,
Mm.
Papa's wife.
Yeah. I mean, she also did that. I mean, even during the early 90s, that was happening as well. Of course, Auntie Anne and everyone, Auntie Anne, Auntie Annie. Okay, so you went and when you joined as a referee, how long did it take for you to do? I mean, what was the procedure like then when you started doing your course in '88? Did you say, right?
Yeah, it was done in December. So there was I think, two days course,
Mm-hmm.
and the exams I passed. Actually, that's it. But before that, since I was working at Cobra Club,
Mm-hmm.
I had refereed 6 games Selangor League before becoming a real qualified referee.
Official, yeah.
So when they don't have referees, they say, "Hey JJ, this referee for us."
So were you learning
That's
the
what I did.
rules? Were learning the rules prior to that as well, while you were refereeing the
Yeah,
games?
yeah. So because
Oh.
you stayed in Cobra Club, I was in Cobra Club in 88 and 89.
Mm.
So I was staying in the Cobra Club. So I refereed when they called me lah. So there was no referee. And it was the Selangor League. At that time, what you call referees sometimes don't turn up. So
Well,
they want to give.
that hasn't changed much then. Even some league games we've had in recent past last year, some referees didn't turn up. I mean, not sure what the reason was, but yeah, I'm. Welcome salam, Muhammad Fendi. Hello, Cobra. Apa khabar, JJ?
Uh,
So 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 what was the first? I mean, I've got some older pictures here, because these gentlemen, and of course,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
you're
Apandi,
yeah,
and then Zulkarnain Madan,
Zulkarnain,
and Maniam the
yeah,
president.
yeah. So what? Yeah, you're very much younger here, and
I'm considered old. That is, I think this Agung's Cup final, I think so.
mm. So what was the first? Do you
So
remember the first official match that you officiated?
official match.
Yeah, the first, like when you became a proper referee. What was the
I
first
think
one that you?
it was the Selangor League. There was so many games in Selangor.
Hmm.
So I don't remember anymore. It's like
I want to know who was the first person you sent off the field. Who was it, and what was the offense?
man. I think that was maybe I think Jisang. I saw a guy on the field. He was holding his hand. He said, "If someone beat me," I said, "Who beat you?" He said, "Jisang." So I call the guy, come here, Jisang, come here. Why did you bite his hand? He put his hand in front of my eyes. I bite him lah. I gave him a red card lah.
Like that.
I don't ask him why did you bite him. Did
But
you
he
bite him or
admitted
not?
already.
No. I said, why did you bite him?
So he admitted that he bit.
Well,
Simple as
that's
that.
a rookie move. How can, but I mean, now I just want to find out now because how was it when it came to refereeing the Cobra players that you played with or have played with?
Oh man. There was only I think a few times whereby I get to referee the Cobra game because whenever Cobra playing, they say no, JJ you cannot referee. You will be called bias.
To which side?
You see to Cobra side.
Okay.
But then Ramesh will always call me Kayula.
And of course, you've had quite a few games. This is this one where this was the RSC matches as well against RMR Warriors. What was your most memorable match in your probably your 30s that you blew that you can remember? I mean, was it international match? Do you manage to get to ref the international matches or Cobra 10s or?
Yeah, in Cobra 10. But if you ask me, internationals are very, very fast.
Mm.
If you don't have the speed, it's difficult being a referee. So, but then I always remember the game I sent Vaisali Terevi off the field.
So that's sevens, was it? Or
And
15s?
Negeri 7.
NS7s. Why did you
NS7.
send Serevi off?
Someone tackled him and he was clinging onto his socks. And he tried to shrug him off. In the process, he kicked the guy's face.
Oh.
So I gave him a yellow card.
Hmm.
Because if not, Abang Jalil will be mad at me because he paid him 5,000 ringgit just to come to play for the Chris Bilan. And he cannot play the final.
Right.
That's one of the things I say. It's like your it's if you see something wrong or you see an offense, you call it as you see it. I've seen it time and time again, whether any big game or small game. But have you come across any situation where it was a bit controversial, where it became a rather big issue?
Yeah, I think the only game that I didn't really referee up to par is the Taiping 10, the final. Penny was coming from far away and then he kicked the guy and I didn't give him a yellow card. I didn't give him a red card.
Which game was
Penny
this?
has the Taiping 10.
What
This
year?
would be in the 90s.
Yeah, you ask Ramesh, he remember that game.
Wow, it's got to be in the 90s.
I was supposed to give him a yellow card.
Which which teams were playing?
Cobra, obviously Cobra playing, and he was I think the first Fijian that played for Cobra, Penny.
Yeah, Penny. I remember Penny. Yeah.
That class.
Okay, we digress a bit. Tiger One says JJ stands for Jinjiang Zhou. Now, people always ask you where the name JJ comes from.
It came in 1981. We were playing the national under 23. But then I was not playing at the time. I was a supporter because Langor was at that time they had no money, so we went to the tournament. I was only a supporter, and I supported Langor and one boys versus the other team, and they started calling me Jinjiang Zhou, and then it got shortened to JJ.
Why Jinjiangzhou?
because I look Chinese.
Oh, it's like how I was nicknamed Achong lah at the beginning. That's my first nickname. Thanks to Norman. So and then it got stuck lah. Got JJ from then on. Ah, very interesting.
Jantan Jalang, it changed to Jantan Jalang.
Subject to where you go, which rugby tour you're on.
And when Anwar's case was at the time at top, we was at the top. They called me JJ. What's that? Jilat Jumbo.
That's nasty. People are very creative. Semua ada.
But then the thing is, if you are a referee, if you cannot accept criticism, stop being a referee.
Now talking about that, how hard was it to be a referee, especially in the 90s and the 2000s, because it got very competitive, and there weren't that many referees of I wouldn't say quality, but those who were respected, and you were one of them, and who were respected. I think hated because you played it by the letter of the law. Now, how hard was it, especially when you've got especially teams like Cobra or RSC, who always try to take matters in their own hands in terms of the players, because we always seem to think that we know better than anyone else. But how hard was it then to be able to take charge of the game in those days? And if there's even more pressure now, but what was it like then?
If you ask me, last time was easier because the players had got values inside. So whenever the ref says, it goes. But nowadays, the players like to question the ref. It's wrong. If I play according to World Rugby, I think there would be like 10 people having yellow cards just for talking to the ref. They have to learn to have more respect for the referee. They think they know better.
There's a lot of changes to the laws of the game. How has it affected refereeing? Has it made it more? Has it there's a lot more rules to remember, or has it become difficult to manage a game because of all the laws in place, or I'm not too sure.
The laws are created mostly for safety purposes. Because when I was playing last time, we used to have not many laws protecting players. You all don't have last time. When people come at you, you can lift them. You can tackle them at the same time, twist them, and then land on them.
Spear tackling.
I don't call them spear. I call that twist and turn. You twist and then you turn and you fall on them.
Right.
Or whenever in the air, you don't tackle them. You just sweep them off their feet.
Yeah.
That was among the things that I like to do last time when I was going forward.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good for them actually.
Yeah, rugby then was it's good for safety, but as you, because the a lot of I would say the very few referees who's played at a high level in the past, so they understand more of the game. I think through experience, and that's one thing I think a lot of players don't understand, because they see a referee as just a referee without knowing the history of the referee. So a lot of them question the fact that you don't know what you're talking about, but without knowing the you have a storied history. You've played at a highest level then. So and there's only teams like Cobra who would argue, and it was never about it was never about your playing, but just the actual interpretation of the law, as we'd like to call it.
Yeah.
Which team do you think over your the course of your the highlights of your career that probably you had the most, I wouldn't say difficulty, but you had the most run-ins with that whenever you were officiating?
I was having problems with Black Hawk.
Oh, interesting.
This was the one in Putrajaya. This Rosli Jobos, the Rosli winger. Last time he used to play winger for Commonwealth team.
Right.
He was I think a trainee.
Hmm.
So there was an incident on the field whereby there was the referee scored for a scrum. And then the hooter sounded, and the referee blew the game off. And this guy got angry. He said, "Hey, kita orang bayar duit tau. Kau tahu tak kau makan duit haram?" So after the game, I saw him. I said, "Hey Ray, Rosli, I know you play rugby, I play rugby, okay? But don't call us makan duit haram. You as a player in the Commonwealth team, you took the law test, and you are a qualified referee. I think you got no balls lah. I think you put ada telur, tak ada telur. So you know what he did? He came to the referee stand and he whacked me on the face. And immediately after that, the Black Hawk team got disqualified from the team, and the guy was called for disciplinary action, but he got 2 times he didn't come, and now he's gone from the rugby team. That, to me, Black Hawk was a major problem because even during the inter-services, whoever referees the final is always having a headache.
So armed forces, because of all the generals watching, or because of pressure on the referee who is...
Or is it a matter of they just don't understand the game?
Most of the time they don't understand. They don't know the laws and things. And they don't make soldiers like they used to. Because during the final that I did, every time there's a tackle, the water bucket will come in. Can you imagine one game 15 or 16 times for the water bucket come in? How many minutes do you play injury time? So that was the problem. And when the hooter sound, they expected the final whistle to blow, but I gave another 5 minutes. So if you ask me, I say, and because of 5 minutes, I think Black Hawks Udara lost the game. So they just don't understand. They just don't understand the game. And forces also don't have many referees that are what do you call national level.
Right.
It looks to me one of the things of being a good ref is to be able to stand your ground. I mean, apart from knowing the game very well, is that mental strength to hold off any players.
Agree. The one I agree.
But
they will curse you from outside. They will curse you from inside. But then inside, only 1 or 2 guys have tried lah. They say there was Awe from Bandaraya. I say, what did you do just now? You whack the guy. He say, fuck you, ref. Yeah, thank you very much. This guy.
Don't you think something like that is the captain or the coach's responsibility to educate and keep the players in check?
It is, but then they also they don't get they are not level-headed. That's the whole problem. The referee will blow what they see.
Yeah.
Whenever the whistle is blown, they cannot they won't pull it back. So you just play on.
Yeah, I remember the one incident we had was the other older referee. Remember, he was attacked at the Sevens game. One of our what's his name? After that, he totally retired. Our
Bob Chinaya.
Bob. I remember. I mean,
it was not the 7th game. It was the Agong's Cup
Agong's Cup
semi-final at UM. Attacked by Bandaraya, the Wilayah. And I think 4 or 5 of them got suspended.
What was the incident? What happened?
It seemed that Bob he was blowing below par. From what I saw, he blew below par. He didn't see infringement on both sides. But there is no reason for them to hold him. Someone hold him from the back, and then the rest of the team ball out in.
Was this during the game?
After the game.
Wow.
It was after the game.
You know, it's that put off a lot of people from wanting to become referees, because it become what we call a football culture within the rugby fraternity. It was something that we wanted to, and it has happened once in a while. It's sparked once in a while. I think. What do you think the real reason is? Is it because rugby players are not educated enough to of the law? What needs to be done actually to be able to get people to respect the man in the middle again?
One thing, most teams, they never invite referees to give them talk on the law. And it's the final point that they always miss out, because the laws have changed a lot from then till now. And if you miss out just a few years, you have missed out a lot. So they have to come back next time, invite referees, give them talk about the current changes once in a while. That means maybe 6 months or 3 months, just to give them a simple talk.
Right.
The law, or just call a referee and question the referee on what you need to know.
Do you think, like in World Rugby, if you watch the World Cup, you see this 6'5", and then you see Nigel Owens telling the 6'5", the tall guy, behave yourself. Would you say those kind of there's macam examples like if you want example, these are the things every player should, or as referees or players, they should look at. Do you think World Rugby is doing a good job in that sense?
Yes. Yeah,
As a
doing a
role
good
model?
job. Because nobody questions, nobody talks to the referee. He will just say, "Ref, can I approach?" If the referee says yes, you come. If not, you stay there. As simple as that. You only stop when you're given the chance.
Okay, but there's also some argument where the players do say, or at least the rugby fraternity says, "Oh, the referee isn't." You say up to par, but I said it's not. They're not well versed enough to blow the game. But you are right in saying yes. So for them to come over to each club to do these talks would be beneficial for both the team and the referees, correct? So there'll be more of an understanding. Why do you think this is being done at the moment, and why not?
since I've not been refereeing in leagues for I think 2 years already. So since last time I have not seen referees being invited to give talk. They think they know the game, they know the law, they know. I mean, they know the current law. That's the whole mistake. You have to invite them. Whatever gray areas, crush it out. And then
I think
you will play better. You will play better, and then you will have more respect for the referees.
I think it's not just that. I think the interaction, just to meet up, to have a chat, to talk about the game. I think that builds a relationship, and then that also builds a healthy respect for each other. It's I think that should help. But there's in Malaysia, I think nowadays there's a growing junior section, and I've seen referees getting the rough end from parents.
The parents also need to update on the law.
I know. I had to educate myself, and actually, I've taken referee courses. No, JJ, I've taken the level 1 match officiating. So I'm putting my hours in lah. A lot of the junior games I coach lah, but mainly 10 aside and 7 aside is very tiring to follow all
Yes,
to chase after 16-year-old boys.
Yeah.
You have to learn a little bit to know where they run.
But
once you get a hang of it, it's easy.
I think one of the things that like you said, like you have to educate yourself with the law, because some of these parents, when you even some of the coaches don't even know some of the laws. And because of match officiating, you have to learn some of the finer points, right?
Yep.
But one of the things that we've done on the junior section, I've seen some of the clubs do it as well, as a policy. At every tournament or anything, you always tell the parents, right, or even the players, to respect the referee. The referee's word is final. We tell them whether the referee is right or wrong. He makes the call, you follow. And then and especially we tell the parents, let the kids play. This is not the World Cup.
Yeah, so we're talking about children as well. You did do a couple of stints at MCKK as a coach. Now, what did you impart to these boys whilst you were there? Because at the time you also, I think you had slowed down your refereeing, and then coaching was of course another pastime that you took up, especially here with MCKK.
So for these guys, I tell them, learn to enjoy and make your own history. And that is what they did. They were the first team from Malaysia who played in Thailand to score 3 tries. And we had the smallest losing margin. We only lost by 2 points, 17 to 19.
This is their
smallest losing margin, and we scored 3 tries.
Is this their annual match against the Thai school?
Yes. Their yearly game
against Thailand powerhouse. I think that's.
But then I would say we were just unlucky. There were instances whereby there should be red cards, it never came. Yellow cards, it never came.
Of course, we have you have the officials from the host country, right? And it's always like that. It's like the SEA Games,
It's just like you are Suchong lah. What referees are like at Hat Yai.
Sometimes I wonder for some of those players whether the results on the field mattered or not.
In Ajay, don't know. I mean, different in those days. And of course, after that, I think one of the last times I remembered you officiating was when we played when the Royal Military Regiment came down for a friendly against us at UM. This is when you were officiating us against RMR, the British, the engineers.
Yep.
And that was a fun game as well. And then of course we had some good times there. And then when did you decide to give up the whistle?
Hey, hello. Nobody has done 32 years, okay? Nobody has done 32 years. Enough. The passion is not there. And
Go ahead.
when you don't gain the respect of the players, and they think they know better than you. That's the only reason why. Because they seem to be talking. And you hate to give yellow card. The moment you talk, come here. But
Yeah,
if you do that in a league game, you can have 8 or 9 people out of the field. It's simple, very simple.
You speak when in a recent Legends game early this year, when I saw you coming to the club, I thought, "Oh, is JJ refereeing us?" I was very fearful. JJ referee.
No, instead.
Then I realized it was not you, the referee. You were playing.
This one a courtesy of Tigers Super Sports. So this was this the last game that you played, JJ? There's Adi there.
I think so.
Prakash.
I think so.
Yeah. Did you enjoy playing? Or there's Jibrit in the back.
Jibrit looks tired. You look all right.
Yeah. And then you're replacing another legend, or who? I don't know who was replacing who, but there's TJ. TJ. Yeah.
We used to work together in Starbucks Masters with pest control.
Okay. So what was it like going on the field again back in February?
My running was not needed. My tackling was needed.
But you had some speed, though.
Because last time I was known for my tackling.
Yeah, we know. A lot of stories, even the stuff we remember, even in the early 90s, a lot of people were still scared. I mean, I remember, oh God, there was one player, I think, running towards you and you just had your hands out. You said, "Come on." They just looked at me, "Come on, come here." And everyone was like, "Oh my God, good luck." In fact, one of the there was a comment on Facebook that said, people always felt their ribs whenever they had to face you.
No, because I was robust. I was a robust tackler, and I had a different style of tackling. Whenever you tackle people, you go straight body. Your body goes straight at him. So he didn't go to the front. He always go to the side or to the back. So that is why people say I'm hard. At times when I need to play dirty, the only guy that I really played dirty was Hamtu Bahar.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we played against the Blackhawks.
Yeah, Blackhawks.
Yeah. Sunset played for us for a while.
No, not Sunset. It's his
I know
brother.
Sunset played for us for a while. Sunset Bahar I played against when we were young. When they were in the when Blackhawks was one of the top teams then.
Yep. They won the Agong's Cup 10 years in a row.
Yeah.
So Selangor played the Barbarians played the winner of the Agong's Cup, and I had a chance to whack him. So I had a fist next to me, and his face was on the floor, and that's it. whole body right on his face, and he shouted. Even the whole stadium could hear. That was my best shot.
But were you caught by the referee?
The best thing is that the touch just saw it. The referee saw it. He said, did you say anything?
Oh, the benefit of the
Because that guy, they wanted to hit for many years and nobody could, and I had the privilege of hitting him.
Yeah, he used
But
to
then-
smile. I remember we had one player, Ashby, this Canadian player. We played Blackhawks. This was early 90s, and Ashby, this Canadian guy, was like, I think, holding on and punching him on the shoulder. The Sansoba was holding him and just looking at everyone else smiling. What is this guy doing? And he was holding him up. He literally lifted Ashby up while Ashby was punching him, and he was holding him up like that and smiling. That's Sansuba. It was scary. He was that kind of player. You know?
When you get him on the face and you can hear the scream around the stadium, satisfaction.
So the game has pretty much changed since then. But you know what? We're almost close to the end of the show. Final last words in terms of, for those now wanting, and it is again very hard for people to want to go and want to ref a game these days. What's your advice to those who want to be that man in the middle, especially in this?
My advice is all in Facebook. It's all written down. So it's number one. It's passion. You must love to run. If you don't run, no player will respect you. And then the second one, I say, you must make decisions acceptable to players. Sometimes it is hot, sometimes you don't see, but you give them decisions that are acceptable. And the third one, be yourself. I mean, if you say you are, the moment you open your mouth, I give you a penalty. I give you a penalty. The moment you hit, I give you a yellow card. I give you a yellow card. There's no two ways about it. So that is why last time I had that respect, because they know, oh, JJ, just like Ramin says, you better shut your mouth shut. You better shut your mouth shut. Hey, the referee is a fucking prick.
Yeah, but we did keep quiet. I mean, it came to a point where you knew that you won't take any nonsense, which is, I think, in a way, was good because people respected that. As much as people on the side were shouting, we kept quiet because we knew. Yeah.
One of the
That should be
fears
the
when
way. Be yourself. You just, blow your own game. If they know you, it's like that, straight. No two ways about it.
I think what's important how you refereed, you kept the game under control so that everyone could actually play rugby. Of course, there's all the little things here and there, but that standard that you held, one could enjoy the game and just focus on playing the game. And the referee, the referee will make the call as and when he needs to make it, which I think is to me as I can remember, right? You were pretty much the top 3 ref. For me, you're the top 3 ref lah. Does ever ref the games I played in. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, There certainly won't be the likes of you for a long time, because I don't think there are many referees who've had played at the highest level and taken up from there to become referees as well. So pretty much
Usually, most of these referees, they take up referees because they cannot play anymore. Like me, I'm full of running, and I take up refereeing. Just like Jeff. That's why when you see Jeff is something like that. Jeffrey Mustafa. He's good.
I think the best thing about you is that most guys will say, the officiating is bad, the refereeing is bad, but then they just go home. In your case, I don't like the refereeing. I'm being one myself.
Yeah.
Where
put the money where your mouth is.
That's
I
right.
can do that.
That's right.
And for 32 years, I think that's a very, very long time.
Yeah, it's more than a long time.
And
it's like
and a long time of top class refereeing. That's the best part. I think that's the one that has to be admired and respected.
Well, you know what? Thank you very much, JJ, for joining us on this Sin Bin-cang. Just a quick announcement again. There's no Friday sessions on Cobra TV this Friday due to Hari Raya Korban. Also, there is no training also on coming this Friday. But look out for the junior sessions according to your coaches for the Cobrats. Otherwise, it's been very nice to have you on the show, JJ, finally, because been meaning to have you on, and better to have you on at night than during the day, because then at least you're a lot more relaxed. You can say what you want.
Tonight I'm not driving, okay?
Yeah, exactly. So that's okay. But again, from all of us at Cobra Rugby Club and Cobra TV, thank you very much for being part of the show. For those of you out there, please stay safe. I know the COVID-19 cases have gone up again, but do take up the SOP. Stay home if you can. Wear a mask if possible, and just stay safe and don't do anything stupid.
We've done a good job so far, so don't waste all that effort.
Yeah, without as much as we like to do online shows, we'd also like to be on the field again, and we'd like to have a veterans game soon.
We want to keep it that way. We want to go. We want to stay on the field.
Not off it. Yeah. So we're trying to organize a veterans game at the end of the year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be back on the field doing that. I don't think anyone will be training for it, but we definitely want to be playing for it.
Well, you're more than welcome to join us again, JJ.
Yeah, for training.
Training.
I think he'll just turn up for the game. Okay, anyway, from all of us here at Cobra TV, thank you very much for watching Sin Bin-cang, and we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. We've got another special guest, someone we haven't seen for quite a while as well, and let's look forward to for that edition of Sin Bin-cang next Tuesday. From all of us here, thank you very much. Have a good evening and take care. Bye-bye.